Well, pitter patter, let's get the fuck at her. It's Joe the Bull Guy, and welcome to the bullpen. I didn't realize my fucking closet door was open. That's fucking embarrassing. We have Nicole as always and Jimbo. I don't know. I'm about to turn the.
Hello.
You know what? We're gonna turn this a little bit just so that we're not seeing. That's gonna annoy the fuck out of me. Anyway,
That's
yeah.
what Carl's bedroom.
Damn
Listen,
it.
Carl
Damn
is
it.
not.
He has got the robot in his closet, though.
Carl is not being kept in my closet. Yeah, before fuck out of here. What's
Joseph,
up,
what's
Joseph
up?
Lopez? How you doing? So, a lot of you guys who watch the podcast, listen to the podcast, know that I was not here last week for a little bit. I was in LA. It was an amazing time. We went out to TikTok headquarters. We had an amazing fucking party. A couple of people who agreed to doing some interviews somehow discovered you. Who? You discovered me on Discord?
Nice.
Nice. I do have a Joe the Bull Guy Discord. I haven't done anything with it yet. So bear with me, but it is up and I just have to finagle it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to fucking use Discord. So I have a buddy who is gonna manage that, manage to show me how to do it so that I can do the Discord. This way we'll have it running while we're in here and it'll be fun. More interactive. Another way to reach out to the show. But awesome. I'm glad you found me on Discord. But yeah, we had a blast in LA. It was a good time. I got to meet little Chloe. How about that? That was fun. Yeah, she's teeny. She's fucking teeny. Like she's this little 5 foot nothing. Hey Vern. I'm
She
being
looks the
blinded.
same. Like I saw her on your stream.
That
She
was
looks
that.
great. She's beautiful. Beautiful girl.
No, she's
Woman.
yeah.
Beautiful woman.
Listen, she's a fun little fucking spitfire. She's a pistol. Like it was a blast. Okay. I got two people that agreed that they're going to do interviews. Two huge TikTokers that we're gonna talk about the toxicity and body dysmorphia, things like that. Chloe looked great beside me. Oh well, thank you, Vern. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you guys look really cute. You look so nice.
Oh well, thank you. I even wear a real dress shirt.
You look beautiful. I mean, like handsome.
Oh well, thank you.
You looked like you were in your element and living your best life, and I'm so happy for you because I was watching, smiling, like, dude, how awesome, man.
Dude, I was loving it. I'm not gonna lie, it was awesome. I mean,
why did you get to go there? They might not know who's
like tearing up for you, bro.
Why you got to headquarters?
Yeah, so I got invited from TikTok because of the community that I built and the people that support me. And they had invited me to this contest. And the whole thing was the Road to the Stream House. And they're actually going to do it again. And they're going to do it for 2 other cities. And I've been invited to both of those. So it would be LA. Actually, it's 3, excuse me. LA, New York, and London. You want to talk about some fun shit? Let's go to Jolly Old, okay? So, but we won the contest together and I got the opportunity to go out and they paid for the hotel and the room. And what I did was I extended the room and I extended the hotel because it's the fucking comedy mecca. It's Hollywood, right? So I'm like, fuck this. This is LA. I got to seize the moment. And I did. And I did 6 shows while I was out there. Fourth Wall Comedy. How you doing? Shout out to Fourth Wall Comedy. And I did meet some amazing comics while I was out there. And I did get an offer to do a club on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I had to come back today because I had to have needles jammed in my eye and shit to see what's wrong with my eyes. Apparently, I look at computer screens too long. I really believe, though, is probably from jerking off too close to the TV as a kid. Remember your parents told you if you were too close to the TV, you'll go blind? Well, I think it's happened. What's up, Golden Cash? How you doing? So basically,
that was the old saying. When you get caught, you're like, it's going to make you go blind. You're like, well, I'll stop when I need to wear glasses.
And let me tell you, from someone who's going blind again, it sucks. No, but in reality, we had a blast out there. It was fucking amazing. I don't know why this one shit. There we go. Ooh, look, purple, red. We'll go with red. Sorry, I got it's squirrel brain, man. Squirrel fucking brain. I'm operating on 1 hour of sleep. Okay. My eyes have been fucked with all day. I went and did my comedy show here. Randy came out to come and see me, and so did Abby.
Oh, that's so nice and very supportive.
They were. It was awesome.
It's probably a good time for a shout out to Aimbot for your energy.
Well, and that's the funny thing. That is, and you ain't fucking wrong. So Aimbot is the official sponsor of Joe the Bull Guy podcast and Joe the Bull Guy Media. So these are the 10 milligram gummies. They also come in these fun little tubes, almost like a little shot. You mix it with water, you do it straight. It actually works, 0 crash, 0 sugar, and no carbs. And it also has like this neurotropic stuff, which basically makes you feel like you're smart again. And if you don't understand me, then just imagine being ADHD without your medication. With that, it's like it. So give it a whirl. The link's in the bio. But it worked, and that's what powered me through LA, right? So like I had this shit, I was passing it out like it was fucking candy. So I call LA, I'll email you in a little bit. Me? Awesome. Or you mean Joe? I'm sorry. Chilling watching. Oh, I got lost. I'm sorry. Squirrel brain. I'm telling you, it's fucking squirrel brain. So we fly out to LA, right? Like I get all my shit the day before, whatever. And I pack my bags and I get my ass moving and I'm going, right? Like I'm excited. And then I look up the requirements and it's like you can bring anything that's 3 ounces or lower and it has to fit in a quart bag. I must have looked like I was smuggling fucking drugs, okay? Because I literally took every one of those vials and stuffed it as hard as I could into it. Oh, dude, listen, are you ready to hear this bullshit?
Let's hear it.
Okay. So I bring out the aimbot with me. That's not why I got searched. I got searched because I think it's because of the beard. So when I get to the airport, I walk through, and this guy has his hand so far up in between my thigh and my nuts that I seriously looked at him and was like, "Are you going to buy me dinner?" Right? Like he was up in there, and I'm like, "Dude, what are you looking for?"
You automatically turned and coughed. You're like,
right?
Like, oh shit, my bad.
But here's the worst part. It's been 6 years since anybody's fondled that other than the loofah that now has a restraining order against me. But like 6 years. So this dude is like up in my shit, right? No, I'm serious, right? Like that loofah called and assault charges on me. I have a PFA against me. I'm not allowed to go near it.
I have an assault too, but mine's with my sister.
Yeah, Nicole was like, what?
Right? So, and what do you want from me? It's the loofah. It didn't like it anymore. Apparently, I beat it around too much.
The loofah does not have holes.
It does. Do I need to go get my fucking loofah to show you? I'll violate this PFA. So anyway, so I'm so this guy is so far up in my nuts. I look at him and I'm like, what do you think I'm smuggling there? Like that's my balls and that's some duck butter. I've been traveling all day. What do you think is in between my nuts and my legs? So after the cavity search,
you better go wash your hands after this one, sir.
I've been searching to the airport and it's not fun.
I was
ashes.
I searched. I asked them, I was like, why was I randomly selected? And they're like, we can't tell you, but you were randomly. I was like, was it anything in my bag? They said no.
Yeah.
Really?
I feel like they do every 4 people.
4 people. I'm fat with a beard and I had a hood on and sunglasses with flip flops. I literally looked. It looked like I was been recruited. It looked like I had been recruited for something. But seriously, right? So now I get
mule, son.
Mule. No, I was headed to LA, not back from LA. This was on the way to. What am I muling from Pittsburgh? Pierogies.
All I can think about is
perfect for that.
All I can think about is get him to the Greek.
Right.
That's all I can think about.
I need a Jeffrey. Just keister it.
No, but take the enema. You got to do the enema first. We talked about enemas on Friday.
Listen, first of all, exit only. Nothing's going up there.
No, enema. So you can get it all out and then be
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Does an enema go up your ass?
Well, no, it sprays up so you can get the stuff out of it. Right?
That's a bidet. Enema goes in and you squirt in and
it squirts in and then you pull it out.
But you have to insert it.
Yeah.
Right. That means it goes in. Nothing goes in that hole.
Wow.
But it's the size of like a Tic Tac.
I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't like my own finger playing with my own asshole when the toilet paper
you
breaks.
heard this
like,
sex story
I
from
don't-
Friday, man.
I'm afraid of that. I might like
The
it.
guy had done one of those and then ended
Listen.
up having shit on his legs.
Yo, okay. I'm moving on from things getting shoved up the ass because my ass is starting to hurt now. So
Get a little scratchy.
no, not yet. But I get on the plane, right? So I get through TSA. I make it through. I get fondled, and like that was probably the most action I've had in 6 years. So I get on this plane, and the woman next to me she was a sweetheart. Okay, let me just start that. She was a sweetheart, but we talked nonstop the whole flight, right? It was like I put on a movie and we're still talking, and I go back, but she was a sweetie. She was really a nice person, right? So the funniest part about it, okay, the funniest fucking part about it was she looks at me and goes, I lived in LA and you're a comic, good luck. And I went, wow, man, like, do you little faith in what I like do? And she goes, no, just good luck because you're going to get canceled. You're from Pittsburgh. I was like, great. Hey, Steven.
You're like, I love you. You're amazing.
I was like, thank you for this. She's like, if you want to test your jokes out on me on the plane, and I was like, oh no. I'm not saying any of my jokes on the plane. Are you fucking kidding me? I'll be thrown out of here so quick. It's not even funny. But we get back. I get to the hotel. Right. I get to the airport. Okay.
That's a bit on its own.
Oh, trust me, it is. And I used that tonight, actually. All of the stuff I'm talking to you about, I used in my show tonight. Because it happened. Right. So I meet Chloe, right? I come out the airport and here comes this little itty bitty thing bopping out of this car. And I'm like, oh my God. And I grabbed her. I didn't even think I lifted her, right? I had her clean around my neck. Everyone's looking at me, right? And she weighs nothing. Like it was like a feather, right? So I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I get to it. She's like, I'm so excited. We're like geeking out, right?
Yeah.
Get to the hotel, right? Meanwhile, my flight's late. So we get there at 5:30. I'm supposed to be at 4:30 landing, which the TikTok event started at 4:30, right? Genius. So we get all of this shit is soon to be okay, Vern. Listen, I'm not you do you, boo boo. Anyway, so I'm running late to get there. I get to the hotel. There's some bullshit that happens at the desk, right? I finally get up to the room. I'm like, fuck, I got to take a shower. I just traveled all day. I got fondled by 2 TSA agents. Like, I need to wash this shit off of me. And I'm like, I might have done it. Right. Look, I may or may not have lost my virginity yet again. I thought I barked instead of moaned. But anyway, so I get into the room.
Just don't moo.
Right. No, God no.
Oh, hey.
Well, at TSA, I probably would oink, if anything. But the point is, like, and it would have to be like a really slow oink because they're not really, the police. I'm just saying, so it'd be like a oink, like it's just, like a little. It's like mall cop. It's like the step up from fucking Paul Blart. So, anyway, I give them credit for what they do. Don't get me wrong. I do give them credit. I'm just poking a little fun. But I get to the hotel. And I'm looking at it's like a bougie place. It's $1,000 a night hotel. This thing is fucking decked out. I'm looking at this shit like, man, like either a porn needs to be filmed in here or some fucking party needs to go down in this shit.
You're like, I feel like Motley Crue in '87 in this motherfucker.
Dude, Motley Crue comes into this story. So yeah, no, it does. So I look at the room. I'm like, okay, fuck. I open up the closet, right, to go throw my bags in the closet and just grab my shit out that I need. And I notice that there's a steamer in there to steam your clothes. So I'm like, okay, I gotta look for it. I start steaming. So I'm like, I'm already an hour late. At this point, fuck it. I'm just gonna go, and that's the end of it. And I look over at Chloe and I go get dressed. And she goes, what? I'm like, you're coming with me. You're not staying at the hotel. Let's go. You're going to come with me. And we went and we had a fucking blast. I got to meet Gabriela Gomez. I got to meet Incor. I got to meet Volution. I got to meet, like, there were so many fucking people that I battle that I see night after night that I got to meet in person. And then new people that are like, cool. dude, but it's awesome. It was fucking amazing. And it was at a rooftop bar, and they gave us tickets to get drinks. And I'm like,
puts a person in front of you. Like that's gotta be
it's tangible.
Really cool. Like
it's tangible. It was listen, like part of me was kind of starstruck, but not, you know what I mean? Like, because I was like, oh my God, it's Gabriella, right? But I talked to Gabriella. I know like we could converse on, like we battle. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's Gabriella. And then I go up to her, I'm like, hey Gabriella. She's like, it's so great to see you. And a big hug, the whole 9 yards. And it's like, it was fucking epic, right? So the party gets done and they go, everybody's going to the Rainbow Room afterwards. Now, the Rainbow Room is an iconic bar in Hollywood. Okay. Every artist under the fucking sun, Motley Crue was getting their balls drained while they were eating dinner in the booth, right? Like Lemmy's Lounge is there. Like this is literally like iconic, right?
Lemmy got mail there.
I don't doubt it.
Dave Grohl tells the story.
Right.
And they were sitting there and they're like, yes, sir. They brought him his drink and his mail.
Yeah. Oh, and it's crazy, right? So we get there and it's me and Chloe before anybody else shows up, right? So I'm like, it's kind of cold. Now for me, it's not really cold, but for somebody who lives in Arizona or one of the southern states like Texas or Nevada, it was a brisk night. For me, it was a perfect weather day, right? I was actually sweating my ass off with my sports.
Was she dry there? She flew there too and met you.
No, she drove from where she lives and met me in LA.
Okay.
And so we're sitting there, we're having a good time, and we walk in. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get us drinks. You stay right here. And she goes, okay, fine. So I run to go grab drinks, which were right. The bar wasn't too far away, right? And as I'm getting over to the bar, I feel this swat onto my ass, okay? And I mean like a firm hand, like oven mitt size on my ass. And it was a dude. And I balled my fist up. Because, like, you could tell the difference. Like, if it was her coming up, it'd be this little itty bitty hand. It'd be like, you barely hear it. This was like, and like groped. And I'm like, my hand balled up. I didn't know who the fuck it was. And I turn around and I'm about to like hit somebody. And they go, are you a bear? Am I a what? I had no idea what the fuck they just asked me. And then he goes, you're a zaddy.
I thought it was Zazzy.
Zaddy. It's like daddy with a Z. I had no idea what this. I don't speak this shit. I don't speak internet. I don't speak kid.
Zaddy is supposedly somebody that's 35 or above, man.
Who has a dad bod and is attractive. And a bear apparently is a butch dude that looks, I'm the cookie cutout of a bear, right? Where it's a manly man, but, bats for the same team.
Fuzzy.
So I'm like, I don't know whether to like take a compliment or be like, because I just had TSA fondling my nuts and now I have some dude smacking me in the ass. Like, am I secretly gay and I just don't know this? Like, what do I just emulate this vibe? Like, I chew tobacco, right? Like, I drink bourbon out of the bottle. I don't like fancy shit. I don't like tea parties, decoration. I don't even match my underwear to my socks. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know.
What about your fit of the days, Joe?
Listen, that was for TikTok purposes.
Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah, he did fit of the day on Snap.
No, he's talking about matching underwear to socks.
Sorry. Yes, it is. I match my shirts with my socks.
Yeah, shirts and socks.
And underwear,
but apparently underwear is one of those things. I saw it on the hotel TV. It was one of those like something for the straight guys show. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to copyright infringe. But it was like something with the eye for the straight guy.
Oh, that's still around?
I don't know. It was the only thing on the fucking TV till I figured out.
It is.
But listen, until I figured out how to get my phone to stream to the TV, I was stuck watching that for about 12 seconds.
That's like when you go to a Disney resort and then every other channel is like the Disney.
Look, I'll take Disney over. I'll take Disney over
fucking Waterworld, and they talk about Disney shit.
But I'll take Disney over. Oh, so this wallpaper matches that antique door. And I'm like, nope, not for me. Not for me. But anyway, So we go to the Rainbow Room. We have a fucking blast. We see Mr. Prestige. We see Summer, right? We used to battle with Dark City Dan. Got to meet her in real life. There was just so many artists, so many content creators in one room. And we all had a blast because we all know what we do every day. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny because I try to talk to people about like what I do on TikTok. And they're like, so what do you do on TikTok? And I'm like, I go live and I make videos. And they're like, that's it? And I'm like, yeah, that's I make content. And they're like, what, like spicy link content? And I'm like, no, like content. Like I sit on the toilet and I go, you know, and whatever, you know, like it's I have fun.
I drink and I know things.
Right. Like I could tell you about 2 raccoons, then where they can fit and how much they can take on damage, right? So
Armageddon.
Like right, Armageddon. But no, it was a blast. And then so Chloe leaves and goes home. I go into the hotel room for the first night and I'm like, okay, I'm like riding this like high, right? Like, and I'm gonna say it was a high, right? Like it was like everything that went wrong beforehand, anything that fucked up right before I got to that party, like dissipated as soon as I got there. I was talking to people. I passed out my business cards. People were like, "Oh my God, I follow you already. You're fucking hilarious." Huge creators that I'm like, I don't even like speak to. They're like, "You're Joe the Bull guy." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." You know, like it was like to me, it was like, holy fuck, like
iconic.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, honey.
Dude, and here's the thing. We had no name tags. I didn't wear any of my Joe the Bull guy shit. I wore actual like suit attire. And people were like, yeah, I know you. And I'm like, what? And they're like, dude, I love the video. And you going, thanks for the donut. And I'm like, I know you fucking lying. But it was a great time. And the food was great. The DJ, I made friends with all the staff at the restaurant, right? Of course, because I've worked in every restaurant.
Yes, we do.
And you have to. And now I got the guy who does all the video because I do mental health and I push for positivity. He's giving me all the images and videos and sending them to my email so that I can post like actual pictures during the party because I was dancing around. I mean, when I turned that camera off, I turned it off to have fun, not because I wanted to shut everybody out, but because I knew that it wouldn't be fair to the people that were there, Chloe and myself, if I sat there on live the whole time going like this. You know what I mean? Yes, it was fun, and yes, it was. I went live.
Now, I wanted to show. Were there other creators there doing that, like streaming from it and like going?
Yes,
hey,
and you ready? Cool. But here's the thing: they didn't talk to anybody but their chat. So to me, why would I? Well, look, we're at this huge event with all these creators. Why not go and meet the fucking creator? You know,
take it down from that. And just enjoy each other and get to know each other.
Well, I did 35 minutes while I was there. That was it. And then I turned it off. And then I got back at night and I went live. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, don't get me wrong. I probably shouldn't have. I was surprised I didn't get banned and no one was up anyway. But I'm pretty sure I took my shirt off while I was like streaming that night because I was wrecked. So I made friends with the bar staff. Right. They weren't accepting like money. And I was like, could you charge my card for a penny? I'd like to buy, just a penny. And he's like, okay, fine. And I left him some money. Right. Because that's what we do. And I asked him, can you pour me double bourbon instead of these frilly cocktails? You saw them. I was chewing on fucking pine needles. What the fuck do I need rosemary in my bourbon for? None. Blueberries?
Rosemary goes in bourbon.
Listen, I'll tell you what, though. All those drinks were tasty fucking drinks. I'll give them that. They were. But like there was one with tequila, I was like, not tonight, Satan. And then I was like, any with vodka, and they're like, this one. I'm like, do not bring me this one. And they're like, why? I'm like, because I will end up naked on Hollywood Boulevard. Okay, like people will think I'm fucking homeless because I'll just end up with no clothes in the middle of nowhere, going, where the fuck's my hotel? You know what I mean? Like my phone might be jammed up my ass. Maybe that's what TSA was looking for. Maybe they thought I had a spare phone to call somebody. Like it's on. Anyway,
E.T. phone home.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day, and I know this has nothing to do with it, but you ever never mind. I'm not going to tell that joke on here. I'll get canceled in a heartbeat. We'll talk about that at another juncture. That's for after meeting. But yeah, no. So then I was like, okay, tomorrow, like this was Thursday. So Friday, I'm like, we're going to TikTok headquarters. We got invited to go. I met like the director, the CEO, and a bunch of other famous people that are at TikTok. And they gave us a tour. And like I walked through, and like you're walking through these halls, and you're like, first of all, you get to the TikTok campus, the fucking thing's massive, right? Like it's huge. There's fucking these staircases. Oh, it's like, I'm trying to think of like what building everybody, like the Flatiron building. If you know what the Flatiron building in New York is, imagine that stacked together like 15 times. Like this thing is I think the top floor was 27. The thing had like 50 offices and 2 cafeterias, right? Like on each fucking level. Like the thing was epic, right? And then we're in the tour, and we run into the guy who's running the Greek TikTok over there, and he now moved to Philly. So we're going out to Philly to meet him and do a podcast and hang out with George Zuntite. And it was fucking amazing, right? Like, and then like they bought me lunch while I was there, and then there was a stage there, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, can I get a video doing this? And the sound guy and I start talking. And he has my Joe the Bull Guy hat, by the way. Love you, brother. Thank you for all your help. But I gave him some aimbot, gave him Joe the Bull Guy, gave him my card. He's like, when you're in LA, hit me up. You can come and use the studio. I'm like, fucking right, let's do it. So that took the whole day. That was only supposed to be like a 2-hour tour, and it was the whole day. I met so many people, talked to so many, learned so much. And I'm really grateful for what they did. And the fact that I was able to do that was amazing. And then like Saturday hits, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna go do some comedy shows. Or Friday afterwards, I was supposed to try to get to this comedy show. It was at 9:00, and it was on Burbank, and it was in NoHo, which is North Hollywood. Apparently, I didn't know what the fuck. When they said NoHo, I was like, no, yes ho. I want a ho. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here. Who said no ho? The hoer the better. So we get to this. We get to Burbank, and I'm trying to look for this comedy place, and I can't find it. And I'm like, fuck, I got to be on stage in like 10 minutes. Like, I got to find this place. I finally find this place. It's in a fucking strip mall. And I'm like, this is a comedy club at a strip mall? I walk in, and this thing's fucking gorgeous, right? And I get on stage. I couldn't even set up my camera because I literally come in, and they're like, you're on in 5 minutes. And I'm like, fuck. And I just ran and did it. So then they go, hey, by the way, you need to go check out Fourth Wall Comedy Club and Cafe tomorrow and go sign up on their website. So I signed up on the website for their first like open mic of the morning. So I did that at 9:00. And then the guy's like, well, we have spots. I'd like you to stay. And I just stayed. And I did 6 in a row of 10-minute spots the whole day. And then I ended up meeting the person who's the manager of the Homa Comedy Club and the Laugh Factory. And so we're going to be pushing this month and next month to fortunately self-fund our trip. Well, my trip to LA to go back out there to go do 2 comedy shows.
Get it.
And one at the Homa Comedy Club, where actually Senor Fluffy is a resident known to be there because he owns that club and produces that club. That's awesome. So him and Martin are always there. So nice. Yeah, I'm definitely down. But the one thing that I did, and the trip was fun, and I'll get into how American Airlines fucked up. But the one thing I want to say about this whole trip in general and meeting all these people was we all had a bunch of shit in common. Everybody has their issues. Everybody has their bag. Everybody has their mental health baggage, right? And it's how we choose to deal with that baggage that defines us, right? Like, we can let it consume us and turn us down and fucking really tear us apart, right? Or we can take that and use it as fuel to be better, right? And not be better, like, because there's nothing wrong with you, right? But to not let it just fester and be evil and drain you. So this trip was really good in a lot of ways because work had been fucking with me, as most of you know, and life has been lifing a lot lately. My eyes, my health, and a lot of shit like that. So it was a good like mental reset. Do you know what I mean? And that's the best self-care that I could have done.
That's fantastic.
I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it. Now I'll tell you how they fucking fucked me up mentally on American Airlines. These pricks. So, but how was your weekend? How was everything? I heard Carl was a little bit of a prick. I'm kidding. I'm just joking around. I just have to poke at him.
No. Well, why don't you talk about your weekend, Jimbo? How was it? And I didn't really do that much, but you something happened with your daughter.
A couple of amazing things. A few amazing things have happened this last week and this weekend.
Well, let's hear
it. First and foremost, I met an amazing woman, and things are going really well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. Yeah.
Okay,
Is that why you were smiling on Friday, too?
Can I ask a question? Does she listen to this first and foremost?
Yes.
So, well, then that's your fault. Because I'm gonna ask this anyway. And sorry, whoever you are. Is she licking your booty hole or you licking hers? I gotta know this.
No comment.
Oh, it happened. Thanks for the donut. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
So now my face is as red as my shirt. No,
100%.
So that's first and foremost, and then amazing weekend with the kids. We were in the Poconos and Jim Thorpe, and my youngest had a cheer competition, and they did fantastic, and they won their division. And then I got to spend the whole night and day with them. Got a hotel, showed them the history of Jim Thorpe with the Irish history and the Molly Maguires, and they're like, "Bro." And but they liked it, They liked the little Italian market with the Triadel and the Zeppelis, and we ate our faces off, and then had some good grub at the Irish pub. And then the other thing that's happened is I'm about to sign a partnership agreement, and we signed a lease, and we're going to open a restaurant in Somers Point, New Jersey.
Let's fucking go.
Will be it's called the North End Grill. It's a breakfast and lunch place right outside of Ocean City. And we're going to be open by 4th of July weekend. Let's
fucking go.
So a lot. So it's like a lot.
And, congratulations, man.
Yeah,
thanks.
Awesome.
I'm really happy about everything.
Everything just seems to be going so good in everyone's lives. Let's go.
Yeah, it's just it's a lot. But I'm really happy about it all. So
that's awesome.
Dude, that's fucking epic. I'm very happy for you. I'm glad that you're getting the restaurant.
Do we get a first name?
I'm sorry?
Do we get a first name?
Nope. Not yet.
Okay.
It's Jessica, isn't it?
Jessica Rabbit?
Yep.
Jessica the redhead from TikTok? No way. That's not his name.
No, we're talking about Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I thought we were talking. never mind.
He's like Jessica Rabbit, the porn star? No, we're not. No, calm down. But if that's the case, you better fucking fess up, because I'm going to tell you some stories that I've.
No, when she's
from New Jersey,
when she's cool with it, I'll mention it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
This is a lot to be putting out there, and
I'm really happy for you.
Social media land. So
look, I wasn't prying for a name.
I always just want to know.
Nicole's a woman, and what do women do? They're like, "So, what's her name? What's her name?"
Yeah,
and it goes. And this, I swear to God.
Sorry, whoever you are. No disrespect. Just wanted to know.
No, not at all. No.
It goes back to, and it literally goes back to this, and I shit you not. I said this once and I'll say it again. If during the Iraqi Freedom War, we sent women over and told them that their boyfriends were cheating on them in some cave, they would have found Osama a lot quicker than we did. I'm just saying. Tell me I'm wrong. I ain't fucking wrong. Look,
you brought up that subject, and it put me right to that comedian. I don't know his name, when he talks about how we could have ended the Iraqi war really quick. He goes, I'm from North Jersey. We got a couple of guys. Like, we could just send over.
Right.
And they show up. They kick in the cave door. They're like, yo, Obama. or whatever his name was. Like, Obama. I didn't mean to say Obama. Like, he's like, Osama, got to talk to you. We got some rugs out here. Let's see if you fit in them all right. He goes, the war would be over in like 24 hours.
Oh, gosh.
Oh man.
Give him the bat. He goes, give him the bat.
Dude, I'm not. You know what though? If you think about it, if we would have sent the mob over, they would have been done clean real quick.
That's what he said. He goes, this be over in 24 hours. Yo, Osama, gotta talk to you, buddy.
Yo, 5 points of the Vic.
Vinny, give him the bat.
Right, oh God Almighty! But yeah, no, dude, that's
so that was my week.
Glad.
That was my week, and
dude, I'm glad for you. That man, that's funny as fuck. You got to let me know when the grand opening is. I'll come down and we'll do a podcast at the grand.
For sure, we're going to do a friend and families probably like when we get close. But it's a lot of. It was a sushi bar, so there's a lot of,
shit to clean out.
It's just elbow grease. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I know. Did they leave the knives and shit there? Did they leave all this stuff? No. I was gonna be like, dude, I want them. I was gonna be that guy. I was gonna be like, dude, a walk-in cooler. Like, I want to get a walk-in cooler for my house. Like, I just want to put a walk-in cooler in. Yeah. And it's not for hanging meat or anything like that. It's because I'm a fat fuck and I'd like to be cold sometimes. I'm just saying.
Listen, in the industry, that is the therapy room. You're like 2 minutes, chef, and you go into walk-in, you're just like, fuck.
Listen,
you stand up on a milk crate, you get your face in that fan, and you just go, fuck. And
listen,
I'm good.
It's the scream room. It's the smoke room. It's the bang room. It's the fucking, I'm going to kill the chef today because he's fucking me up. Like, it's the everything. And when you need to have a private conversation that no one can hear you, you go in the walk-in and lock the fucking door from the inside. Ain't nobody coming in until they shut the fucking light off on you, prick.
I pull at least 2 times on a Friday night. I pull Expo kit. I go, Expo on the line. I'm like, 2 minutes. They're like, yes, chef. I come back 2 minutes. I'm like, all right, let's go. They're like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm good now. They're like, walk in. I'm like, fuck yourself. Where's my burgers?
Listen, man, I don't miss working in the kitchen at all. Oh, I had a fucking robot deliver food. Speaking of food. Yeah. No, yeah. It looked like a fucking weird dog with like no head. It had like arms. I was
like the robot thing that they've been showing?
No, it was no, legit. No, like this was legit. Like, it delivered my pizza. I left my phone in the fucking room, or else I would have filmed it. Like, I was So I was
afraid of.
I was under the influence. And this thing crawls up with my pizza, and it facial recognition me from my picture on the app, and opened up the fucking box and moved my food and gave it to me. And I'm like what the fuck? Terminator. But here's the best part, though. Watching it come down the sidewalk, first of all, the thing barely moves. But I did. Like, I heard somebody say this, so then I was like, I have to find somewhere that delivers this with a robot. But it's trying to negotiate the sidewalk, and it can't. So, like, there are times where it's like, and it falls over.
You just want to go up to it and grab your shit and be like, "Thank you."
But it looks like somebody. How do I say? It looks like it has a memory glitch. Nice way to say it. Breakdancing, right? Like, it was not like, if you can't figure out what I mean, I'm not gonna say it. But like, think about it. Like, here's a window, and try to break dance, right? Like, it was bad. Like, I cracked the fuck up. Like, it was. Then I saw a self-driving car that had nobody in it. Nobody the fuck in it at all. It was just seats. And I'm in an Uber.
Was it a Google car?
No, it was no. It's called Waymo, WYMO, right?
Really?
And they were Jaguars, Mercedes Mayhems. Like, these were fucking expensive cars, and they fucking are like, it was insanity. It was literally fucking insanity.
Back to the Future.
It was crazy. Like, because I'm sitting there and I'm filming, and then I look over and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, I freaked the fuck out because I saw nobody in the car, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It was driving down the street.
Down the highway. Okay, so here's my question, and I'm gonna be honest, okay? You all have, if you ever seen anybody with one of them fucking little robotic vacuum cleaners, what happens when it can't negotiate where it's at? Yeah. It bumps into shit and it learns, and then it moves forward.
Right.
Now let's strap that technology to a 2-ton fucking vehicle on a 6-lane freeway in traffic, doing 60, 70. And then you're in the back seat of an Uber. You look over and it looks like the fucking Matrix is driving by.
I mean, to be fair, I've been in some Ubers with human drivers that are probably just as bad.
Listen, I had a guy pick me up. Okay,
and I'm like, I'm like, I gotta close my eyes, man.
Nicole, you're gonna love this shit. Do you know what a Mini Cooper is, right?
Yeah, that's the car I learned how to drive on.
Do you think I can fit in a Mini Cooper fairly well? No, I can't.
No.
I am too big, too tall for a fucking Mini Cooper. Guess what showed up as an Uber after pick me up from the comedy show the first night? Was a fucking Mini Cooper.
You're like, this bro, dude, you strapped me to a hood like a fucking 8-point
dude. Buck. I could have sat on this like fucking Fred Flintstone and put my feet through the dash and walked, okay? But I get in this fucking thing. Now, keep in mind, I'm fucking 350 pounds in the back seat of this. My head is literally an inch away from the fucking roof. He hits this bump going 70, and I get launched, and I'm in a seatbelt. I get launched into the fucking roof, and he looks back and he goes, "You're okay, brother. If something breaks, it's fine. If something breaks, what about my fucking head? You're fucking bouncing around like this is fucking like mid-sex or whatever." So I end up going to this place to go get some stuff to get inebriated with, right? And if you can't read between the lines, so be it. So I walk in. The thing was like I had to go into a dispensary while I was out there. I had to go check this shit out.
Nice.
And like I couldn't buy anything because I'm from Pennsylvania, so I wasn't allowed.
Oh, really?
Wasn't allowed, and I didn't care. I just wanted to see it. I just wanted to go see where you go recreationally to go buy shit. And I swear to God, this shit was scientific. They had the chemical breakdown right next to it. All this shit's in a glass jar with a little magnifying glass so you could look at the bud. I'm like, bro, what happened to buying a bag of fucking Mexican swag from behind the Tootin'
School? Oh, that's right. It's not legal.
It's not legal in Pennsylvania, but it doesn't matter if it was legal here or not. It's state by state. In California, if you're not in the state of California or don't have a California state ID, you can't buy it. At least that's what I was told when I went into it.
I don't know.
I don't know. The one store I went into just to look at it, just to say I was there and did it, that's what happened. But yeah, no, it was, I don't know. The trip was a blast. I enjoyed it. I met some really good comics. They follow the page. I follow theirs back. Hopefully maybe we could do a podcast crossover with some of them. Nice. Joel is one of them. Shout out to Joel. Definitely shout out to Joe at Fourth Wall Comedy. Thank you for allowing me to take your stage and inviting me back. That's awesome. I had a lot of good food. They don't give you silverware though. I'll tell you that. You order Uber Eats, no silverware, none. And there's no place to request it. So I ordered dumplings and noodles, right? Soup dumplings and Dan noodles. Like dude, it was like the mung bean fucking thing, right? So like I'm sitting there, like I took my shirt off, I put a towel on my lap, and I'm like it was fucking gross, okay? And like, but I was hungry and I wasn't. What was I supposed to do? The hotel I didn't think had silverware like I could use, right? They have a restaurant, but it was 2:30 in the morning. I'm not going to walk down to the desk like.
But I bet if you call and say, "Hey, I need some silverware," I got like Uber Eats or some shit. I'm sure they would have scrounged something.
Oh, they did. I found it the next day after at 2:30 in the morning, inebriated, eating this shit.
I do Holiday Inn Expresses. Shout out to Holiday Inn Express, IHG member, love them. Hey, need some silverware? Gotcha, buddy. Plastic. Because they got all the ramen noodles and shit in the lobby you can buy. I'm like, I need 3 sets. I got
dude. This hotel that TikTok paid for was $1,000 a night. The hand lotion in the bathroom. There's a sign. I took a picture of it. There was a sign that said, "If you would like to have any of the amenities here, this is the prices." The hand lotion was $100. Let me tell you, when I was yanking my crank, I put my pinky up.
The Asian fucking applying it?
No, it's just the lotion. So I put my pinky up, so I felt classy and went to fucking town backwards, so it felt like a stranger. Yeah, that's all I could say. $100 lotion. I'll tell you what, little Joey feels silky smooth.
Little Joey.
So 9/16 of an inch never glided so well on silk sheets. Yeah, they had fucking silk sheets.
Nice.
Like, dude, this was a bougie ass place. But to tell you the truth, I did get a hell of a discount afterwards on my extension because of like who I am and kind of like what I've done in my life, that they had a discount for that.
I gotta ask, because I'm like chomping at the bit. My ADHD's acting up. I gotta find out what happened with the fucking airline, dude.
Okay, so here's how this
goes. I'm like,
I know. I was debating whether I was even going to say it or not, but
don't if it's going to go to litigation, don't say shit.
Well, I don't think it's going to go to litigation right now. I think they're going to try to shut me the fuck up, especially after I write this email. But I was on the plane, and before I got to the plane, I got a notification on the app that said, "Hey, by the way, we're going to bump you." I'm not going to go into too much of it, but they basically said, "Hey, we're looking for volunteers. Pick a dollar amount. If we choose you, you get the dollar amount, and we'll put you on the next plane and get you home." Okay, cool, fine, whatever. So I'm like, I'm traveling alone. I have all my shit in carry on. So what? I sit in LAX for a little bit longer. Big fucking deal. I'll go get some food, right?
Imagine are good at the airport.
Right. No, they're really, dude, there was fucking some phenomenal food in that airport.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I could go get like a t-shirt for somebody. Like, I'll have time to relax. And like, I'm at the airport. I'm through TSA. I'm not going to miss my flight, whatever. So they remove me from the roster of the plane. They accept the offer of what I had asked for. They said, yes, we'll give this to you. We'll put you on the next plane, but stay here for a moment. So I'm like, okay, I figure maybe I'm going to get my next boarding passes after they load the plane. They load the whole plane. They go, good news, you can get on the plane. So I'm like, but you gave away my seat. They go, don't worry, we'll get you another seat. So they find me a seat that's in the back towards the tail. And I'm not really thrilled about that because, usually bumpy, especially when it's bad weather. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm going home. It's not a big deal. As I'm about to walk away from the counter, the woman goes, we can't put a person that's in a wheelchair in the exit aisle. Put him in the exit aisle instead. So they rip up my boarding pass and put me in the exit aisle. More legroom. Okay, cool. So far, I'm good. I get into the seat, and I can fit in the seat. Wasn't an issue of fitting in the seat. I could put my belt on, no problem. But when I sat down, there was a little yellow lever on the door that says push, and it's right here, into like an inch from my shoulder. So like I'm big, right? Maybe if I was like Nicole sized or smaller, right, I would have more room where I can navigate. But if I fall asleep or I cross my arms a little too hard, I'm going to hit this fucking lever. So I look at the stewardess and I said, hey, I'm just a question. If I bump that, what happens? Because I'm at the window seat and that sits like literally an inch from my shoulder. So she goes, well, so you can't fit in the seat. And I'm like, I didn't say that. I can fit in the seat. Everybody's just watching me buckle myself in. But I'm afraid I'm going to hit a lever at 10,000 feet. What happens with the lever? I think it's a legitimate fucking question, right? Like, it's not something stupid. Like, I'm being concerned. It's a fucking exit to an aircraft. We've all seen the movie. They throw it open. Everybody gets sucked the fuck out. Could you imagine the anxiety for 5.5 hours sitting next to that as a fat guy like this and not move? Like, I would. Do you want something to drink? Nope. Do you have to pee? Nope. I already did. Like, just like freaking the fuck out. So I go, ma'am, can I get my original seat back if it's not taken or another seat? So she goes, let me see. So meanwhile, when I walked in on the plane, because it was the last one on the fucking plane, I noticed that there were seats in first class. I understand that they don't like to put people in first class. I said, ma'am, I will pay to go to first class just to make this very simple, easy, and we can get the fuck off the ground, right? She goes, no, come with me. She goes to her colleague and she goes, he's too large to fit in the seat. We need to do something. And I'm like, what? Now we're in the main cabin. This isn't in like a galleyway or anything. This is right in the main fucking cabin. So now I have everybody turning looking at me. And she goes, when the guy goes, well, if he can't fit in that seat, he's not going to fit in any seat. It means he's too fat to fit in the seat. And I'm like, bro, I'm right here. I'm standing right the fuck here. Like, I know I'm big. 350 pounds. I wear a size 44 waist. Fuck you. I know how big I am, but this is what you're going to, okay, fine. Joe, calm down. Don't get thrown off of a fucking airline and get put on a list. Okay. So I'm like humbling myself, like going, I'm going to fucking smack somebody. So I don't. What does the woman do? She goes to every passenger and goes, I will offer you alcohol if you will switch seats with him because he can't fit in his seat. and proceeds to go down the aisle. So at this point now, at least 10 people have been asked if they want free alcohol for me to sit in that seat and switch with them. Finally, they asked somebody, and the girl, like, I guess understood, like, I was getting aggravated and mortified at the same time. And I have thick skin, right? Like, y'all know me. Most of you in the chat knows me. Like, I don't let shit bother me. Things roll off of my back. And look, you can call me fat. Look at me. I am fat. It's fine. But you went to every fucking person and tried to bribe them and told them that you could have said, we need to change seats because he can't, whatever.
Brother, so you got more patience than me.
Listen, I was so pissed. And because they had removed me from the flight, my in-flight movie didn't even work either. So I had to sit there quietly for 5.5 hours, pissed the fuck off while they walked back and forth in front of me. And one of the people on the plane turned to me, and I wish I would have gotten her information, but she turned to me and went, I can't believe that they said that to you. I'm so sorry. Now, I'm going to say this before we go any further. Everybody on the second plane that I came in interaction with and everybody on the way out there were perfectly fine. They were polite. They were accommodating. How can we help you? What can I do? And I'm low maintenance. I just want to sit there, watch my TV, get my fucking booze or drink or fucking pretzels, peanuts, whatever the fuck they're giving out this time, and just eat and get the fuck to where I'm going. I try to sit there, make myself as thin as I can so I don't make other people uncomfortable. I even know the little trick on how to get your armrest up if you're on the aisle to give yourself more room and just watch for the cart. Like, I don't even, like, I make it so that I am not an inconvenience to people because I know I'm large and I'm on a fucking plane. I'm courteous.
Yes.
But how the fuck are you going to walk to other fucking people and say he's too fat to fit in his seat or he's too large to fit in his seat? Would you like alcohol to switch? I'm sorry. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I was pissed.
As you should be. At the least, as you should be. Like, yeah. I probably wouldn't talk anymore about it because that's legit. That's a claim. That's like bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. And you know what the sad thing is? When I called into the fucking number, first of all, I told the gate agent, like the supervisor at the gate, and he said I need to email. And I'm like, you're the supervisor. And they're like, you have to email. So I was like, I was pissed, and I had 8 minutes to get from one side of Charlotte to the other side of Charlotte, and I had to run. So now I'm out of breath getting to the next gate. Talked to somebody at that gate. They made a note in my file, right, and said, look, we're going to document it. Call the number and email, and you'll get, they'll resolve whatever issue you have. I called in to the phone number anyway and requested a supervisor. They hung up on me the first time. The second time I got a supervisor who was the nicest person in the world, who was like, I am so sorry that you experienced this. Like, she was Miss Cleo, by the way, if you're listening, because I know I gave you the podcast and told you when it was, out of Dallas. I love you and thank you. You were the sweetest person I ever fucking met. And I hope to see you at one of my shows one day. Because she was I was cursing. I was swearing. There are good people
that will listen.
And I was pissed. And I was pissed, man. Like, you know me. When I get mad, I get loud. I get ignorant. I start screaming. I'm not ignorant to other people. I just get vulgar, very vulgar. And I, apologized right off the bat. I'm like, ma'am, no matter what I say, none of this has anything to do with you. If I say you or this and you fucking, none of it's directed at you. You're just the person listening to me. But I was so pissed. And you know what? It wasn't even that I was mad. I was hurt that another human being would have the audacity to describe somebody else like that. Like, I would rather you said that they felt nervous that the person next to him thought he was ISIS. You know what I mean? I would have rather you said that I couldn't sit there because I was incapable for opening that, or I have a learning disability. I don't give a fuck what you said, but you made it about my weight, which had nothing to do with it because I could sit in the seat. Instead of saying he had a concern for the safety of the plane because he was afraid he would bump that, does someone want to sit there?
Right.
Instead, you made it a
nothing to do with your weight.
None.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
None of what but they heard I couldn't fit in that seat. and refused to put me in first class, which is fine, right? But you had 5 seats available.
Where there are larger seats.
And there were 5 seats available.
Damn.
So that's what happened with the airline. So we're gonna craft a nice letter tomorrow, and we're gonna see where it goes. And I'm gonna include in that letter that if they do not rectify the situation to where I see fit, I am going to utilize all of my following. I will, and I don't pay to promote any of my shit. Let me state this right now. I don't. Ask them. I told them from the get-go, we could do that for this. We could do that for TikTok, but I want organic. I want actual people who want to be here, not me paying for people to be here, right? Mm-hmm. But I will pay for that post to go fucking viral. I will pay the $18 to make that have over 5,000 views in under 5 minutes just so that more people see it and it gets spread like fucking wildfire. Because I don't give a fuck who it was on that plane. What if that was my mom? What if it was your mom?
Yeah.
What if it was someone you loved and cared about that was treated like
that?
Dad,
your best friend, your boss.
And if they're treating you like that over fitting in the seat, could you imagine how they treat you if you were a nuisance in their mind?
Yeah.
Can I have some water? I have to take a pill. I'm sorry. Could you help me to the bathroom? Hey, I can't reach this. Could you help me? Can I get a blanket or a pillow? Could you imagine if you asked, how would they treat them?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, after my balls got fondled in one airport and that shit happened in the other, we're going to try to go back to LA in a month. So that's the goal here.
I keep telling people, Spirit is not that bad. I love Spirit.
I didn't choose the airline. You never
pay for your bags.
But here's what I'm going to say though: the airline itself, the experience, right outside of those people, was perfect. The app made it easily. They sent me an email and a text notification. Hey, it's time to confirm your plane. Like, all of this shit. Like they were very accommodating, except for those people.
Yeah.
Those 2 people, and that's all it takes. And that's the thing about life in general, too. You could choose to be a sour motherfucker, or you could choose to rise above it. I could have been a dick. I had every right to be a dick. I had every right. Right. I had every right to not rise above and not come to the occasion. And what did I do? I kept my mouth shut and said, you know what? It's not worth the fight right now.
Yes.
It's not.
That's where it counts to when you can go, okay. Because I got your shit. I got your name. Okay.
Well, the beautiful thing about
We're not going to settle this now, but it's going to be settled.
Oh, it'll be settled. Oh, a hell or high water. Something will be done about this. So
my ass used to hate that when I'd go, okay, because she knew that I was keeping everything in, not saying shit, and I'd be like, okay.
So, and here's the beautiful part about this. I talked to that woman at Dallas, and she's like, first of all, on behalf of everybody, they have training. They shouldn't have done that. Second of all, I am so sorry that happened to you, right? Like, she was apologetic the whole time. Right. But the best part about it is she goes, please don't let this taint your view of us, because we'll deal with this. Just make sure you write that email.
Good. That makes me so happy that you met someone in that part of their wheelhouse that felt that way enough to go, this will be rectified. This is not us. Don't hold us by that standard of what you dealt with. It's like being in law enforcement. Don't think that I'm like the knucklehead you dealt with 3 years ago.
Well, here's the other thing too. There are bad apples
that you had a bad experience.
There's bad apples in everything.
Every industry. In
life, there's bad apples in life. Fuck the industry. There are bad people and there are good people, right? And you can make the choice. Do you stoop to the level of the bad, or do you rise above and be the good? And you know what?
And that could have been a stellar employee that had a fucking horrible day, and she took it out, or they took it out on you.
And that's what I even said to the woman, right?
You know what
I was like,
you know what I'm saying? Like they could have been like, wow, this is not their style. This is not what they do. Well, It was that day, and they took it out on me.
Right.
So
and that's
I'm
the
not
thing.
looking to break their balls. I'm not looking to get them fired.
No, just make it right.
Just make
let them know.
Just
right. Let them know what they did was wrong.
Yep.
Let them know, coach them on it. Tell them, like, look, this is unacceptable. You can't do this. I don't want them to get
throw
fired.
me a couple fucking free miles, like in a couple.
Oh no, there's going to be more than a couple. I want at least like
I'm in for that too.
Out.
You know what I'm saying?
I want 2 first-class trips out to LA, direct flight, not this layover bullshit.
I've never flown first class, and I want to fly first class so bad.
Jimbo,
every time I fly, I go. They go, ask them. Go when you get up to the thing. Go, how much?
It's not like that anymore.
First class, $50. Like they're like,
no,
not like that.
200,
I'm
300.
like, really? I'm like, shit.
You got to get on a wait list, and then you have to accept whatever it is. It's crazy, but I'll tell you this, Jimbo, and I'll make you a deal. Okay. I'll make you a deal. It's March 25th. Mark this down, the 5 y'all in this chat and whoever's listening. By next March, we will be flying somewhere, the 3 of us, and it will be in first class. Mark my words. Mark my words. So,
mark our words 1 year from now.
I love it.
Within 1 year, we will be flying first class somewhere, and it could be to a comedy show, it could be on vacation. We're going somewhere first class. But yeah, so that's what we got for you tonight, guys. I got stories for days. Yeah, go ahead.
We didn't hear about Nicole's weekend.
Oh yeah,
I didn't really have a weekend of shows, but we went right to you, Jimbo. I don't really have exciting news going on right now, guys.
Okay, well, do me a favor. Find something exciting to tell us about by Friday. Something good that happened in your week this week. By Friday.
Yeah. Well, on Friday, I won't be here Friday because it's my daughter's 19th birthday. So
that's right. Well, that's something positive.
Here, but I'll see you guys on Monday.
That's something positive?
Yeah, that is positive. No, I'm just saying it was just kind of a slow, quiet week.
I got you. It was a chill weekend.
I didn't go live. I took a mental health break.
Good.
And that's fantastic.
Yeah. So
that's more important than anything.
Ready to go. That's what I was like.
I love the TV. I love the new TV.
Yeah, well, I installed it while we were live streaming last night. It was great.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks fantastic.
You can put a little fireplace on it and do Nicole's Cozy Corner.
Yeah, well, it's got the beach on it right now. But yeah.
No, I would microwave a hot dog and just watch you and be like, it's a little cozy corner, a little fireplace.
Right. Like good. She sits there in like a little flannel onesie reading a story. I'd fucking listen to it.
I'm in.
No, it's cute. It's cute. He did it. It's good.
I love it.
Well, listen, as always, guys, you're fucking amazing, and tomorrow's a better day with you in it. So we will see you again on Friday.
Stories. I'll leave some with Joe so he can tell you guys on Friday.
We'll definitely do the Streetwalker Diaries, and we'll miss you, Nicole, on Friday. But it's more important to be there. And we'll see you guys soon. Don't forget, link, share, subscribe if you would, please. We'd appreciate it. And if you want to support the podcast, there is those links in bio. Aimbot's in there. There's also Nicole's cookies. Well, Kennedy's cookies, but Nicole's link.
And there's not that much longer on that, guys. So
Jayco Drip in the house is over there as well. If you want official podcast merch, we're getting some more stuff together. We're gonna have some more interesting guests on the show too. There's a lot to come, and this trip just opened up a lot of doors for a lot more shit. So, at this point, God damn it, Carl, you do this shit all the time.
Fucking robot again.
Will you fucking just end the